Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to be answering some of your questions about the admissions and application process for UCSB. So, our first question is, what would you recommend for applications? The biggest thing I can recommend to anyone applying to UCSB is to show diversity in your application, whether that be through your extracurriculars, the classes you took, your essays, anything that shows the wide range of activities and attributes that make you you will help strengthen your application. The second question is, does alumni relations help to get into UCSB? I'm an out-of-state student from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so this was something that really concerned me when I applied to UCSB. And in the long run, alumni relations doesn't really make a huge difference when applying to UCSB, just because it's such a large school and they don't take the time to look at those individual connections like a small liberal arts school would, for example. Tips on how to get into UCSB. Again, show the diversity that you have in your portfolio through essays, through your extracurriculars. UCSB really takes those into consideration when reviewing your application, and this kind of leads me into my next question. What scores did you have to get in? Does GPA matter all that much? So UCSB does take into consideration your GPA and your test scores, but it's not the end-all be-all of your application. Me, for example, I was kind of on the lower end of GPAs and my test scores were a little bit below average, but I worked really hard on beefing up my extracurriculars and my clubs and making my essays the best they possibly could, and I think that really helped strengthen my personal application. So I wouldn't stress about the numbers and the scores too much, though it is important to make sure that they're still meeting at least the lower end of the standards. All right, thanks guys.
Hi guys, it's Sophia. I'm back to answer some of your questions about UCSB. The first question I'm answering is, what is the UCSB experience like? For me, it was a very big transition from my high school. There's a lot of students at UCSB, but I tried to involve myself as much as possible. I ended up working on campus as well, which was a really good experience for me. Most of your GEs will be with hundreds of other students, but UCSB has what are called sections, which is about 20 to 25 of the students in your class. We'll meet with a TA weekly to go over everything, have discussions, and it makes it much more personal. There is always something going on, whether it's a club event or a garage local band show. There's always something fun to do. So my second question is, how is the dining hall food and do I have a favorite? I definitely did miss home-cooked meals, but no matter which dining hall you go to, there are tons of options. There's always something vegan or vegetarian. If you get the Go Gaucho app, you can see the menus for every single day at all of the dining halls. Me and my friends would use those a lot to see what was the best option for that meal. I think that my favorite dining hall in general was DLG de la Guerra. I lived right across the street from it, so it was super convenient, and they also had late night after dinner, and they have grilled cheese, hamburgers, french fries, the works, and it's a great option for when you're in a study crunch or just to go and get something with friends. The next question was, is the campus spread out? UCSB definitely has a very big campus. It can be a little bit difficult to navigate in the beginning, but everything is pretty much within walking distance of each other, unless maybe you had back-to-back classes across campus. But I really do love our campus. It's beautiful. We live right next to the beach. The next question is, do you have to bike or can you walk/drive? So bike culture is definitely huge at UCSB, but you definitely don't have to bike. Most students do choose to, but you can definitely walk to all your classes. As for driving on campus, it's probably not the most convenient to drive to and from classes. Bikes do have the right of way on campus, and I do recommend to any incoming freshmen walk to class for the first couple of weeks, just get the hang of things, because biking can become really hectic. Okay, so the last question I have for you guys is, do you have any suggestions for GEs for freshmen? I came in as an undeclared major. My GEs really did help me figure out what path I wanted to go down. Particular classes that I do recommend, I ended up taking Phil 4, which is Intro to Ethics, and that is with Professor Zylstra. Another class that I really enjoyed was Intro to Shakespeare. That was English 15 with Professor Kearney, which fulfills a literature and a writing requirement as well. If you need something to fulfill your literature requirement and you are not a writing-oriented person, I definitely suggest that you take a class with Professor Hiltner. I took English 23. I really enjoyed it. It was all about the climate crisis. So the content of the class is very science-based, but you can also fulfill a literature requirement through it. Even though they may be in subjects that you're a little less comfortable with, you have to take GEs anyways, so you might as well make them interesting to you. Trust me, you will thank me for it.
All right, hello everyone. The first question is, what is Santa Barbara culture like? Santa Barbara is super laid back. It's very chill. Everyone's just kind of doing their own thing all the time. Fun things to do in Santa Barbara. Definitely go to the beach and surf, and then we have a bunch of shopping like State Street and stuff downtown, which is really fun. Best restaurants. We have a lot of food in Isla Vista, so probably like Blenders, which is smoothies, and then Buddha Bowls. That's really good. We have Hana Kitchen. We have literally every food you could think of. And then what is the living situation like? UCSB has dorms, which I have not experienced, but I live in IV and I live with 6 girls, but you can find places that are smaller or even bigger than this. But yeah, it's like our own little town. Yeah.
Hello guys, so I received a question from you guys asking, what are you doing to plan life after college during a pandemic? So personally speaking, I am a second year, but I do know there are a lot of people who are graduating this year. The pandemics did not limit their opportunities at all. People that I know, they're still applying for grad schools, finding good internship, full-time and part-time jobs opportunities. And a lot of things are transferring to the online formats. If you wanted to do anything, just go for it. Just remember, safety is always the priority. Another question is asking, when should I start networking? I would say it's never too early to start networking. As long as you feel comfortable, you should really reach out. Especially right now, everything is online and it's not awkward at all. And people are always nice and always right there just to help you. I think a great start can be fill out your LinkedIn profiles and the handshake profiles for UCSB. And another question is asking, how should I go about the job search during a pandemic? So first, I think you should check your emails. There are just so many opportunities just right there for you to check them out. And our school have really great resources, which is Career Center. If you have more questions about how to do job research, I think you should have an appointment with them. And I also know that there are a lot of career fairs that is happening in this month. So you should check out those opportunities. So the last question is asking, do you know of any good opportunities? I would just say good opportunities are everywhere and they're always there for you to check them out. So if you wanted more like job opportunities, I think you should go and check Career Center. I'm pretty sure the advisors will be really willing to help you. And if you wanted to do network, I know like the Women's Network is a really great resource for you. And yeah, so see you guys next time. Bye.
Hey everyone, so what exactly is Her Campus all about? Her Campus is an online platform that was created by and for women in college. So essentially, it loves to give women a platform to be able to write about and express themselves about any interest that they have, really. And being the chapter at UC Santa Barbara, we also like to put out content that's relatable and people in Isla Vista and surrounding areas can relate to. So how can you join Her Campus? So every fall we have a big recruitment, and we usually have it as well in the winter to be able to expand our team, which we have just done, and I'm really excited to meet the new girls. We usually put the application out on our social medias, so be able to follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter to be able to be notified of when those applications do come out and what the requirements will be if you wish to join us. So what has been my favorite memory of Her Campus? My favorite memory is
definitely the holiday party that we had this past December. It was obviously online, and it was just a lot of fun being able to engage with all the other girls. Everyone had like different holiday gear on, and it was really cute. We played little scavenger games, and it was really fun to be able to let loose and just forget about finals. Sorry. What other clubs are there at UC Santa Barbara? So if her campus isn't enough for you, there are definitely so many other clubs that you can find. Honestly, there's a club for everything. If you can think it, there's probably already a club for it, but if not, you can totally make one too. There are 527 groups and organizations currently at UC Santa Barbara, and those are from sports teams, academic clubs, just special interest clubs as well. Like there's a barbecue club and like anime club, so honestly you'll definitely find something that you like. But if not, like I said, you can definitely grab a few friends and make your own club.